Hi, my name is Cassandra Burrell Williams, better known as Cassie, and I am one of the coordinators at Montgomery County Juvenile CASA program here in Dayton, Ohio. Dmarco was one of my first cases. The first time I met Dmarco, he was in Springfield in a foster home. We as CASAs, we advocate for the best interest of a child. I am your voice. I can't speak for you if you're not telling me what's going on and what you need. So as CASAs, we advocate for the best interest of a child. In the course of my work, I still had Dmarco on my load and was not able to continue seeing Dmarco once a month as we are required to do. It's just so happened that Becky was available to take that case to see it through till the end. So here we stand today where Dmarco is doing well. He has transitioned through all of the pieces of the system. And with Becky's continuous persistence in this case, Dmarco is doing well and will continue to do well.
Hello, my name is Dmarco Shaw. I am a former emancipated youth from Montgomery County Children's Services. CASAs are important because when it's time to go to court, they speak on your behalf and they'll do it in more so the professional manner. Or sometimes emotions or some things can kind of bottle over. Just having a CASA worker along your side just makes things a lot more smoother. I feel sometimes as foster kids we kind of isolate ourselves and we feel like we don't have anybody, we don't know who we can trust, we don't have anyone to talk to. One of the biggest things that helped me was actually just finding someone that I could talk to and that I could trust with information, and someone that can actually help me, not someone that just listen, but someone that can actually follow up. I was living with my great-grandmother, situations happened, and leading to my father being in custody of me. Before, I never knew my father or anything like that because he had only been in my life for 5 months. So I was living with him, it was just really chaotic, didn't really work. Bumped heads, ended up going back into care. Me being this kid, being told oh, your mom's gonna meet us here any second now, and then it's an hour turned into a day, which turned to a week, which ultimately led to me finishing I finished my 8th grade year out living at Daybreak. And so Daybreak, it's basically a homeless shelter for youth. My mother never ended up coming or anything like that. I used to think it was about me, oh, well, maybe what if I did something differently? I had an unfortunate situation where I was given parents that weren't really ready to be parents, and I don't fault them or anything for that. I think it helped me become the person that I am today.
I'm Becky Cotterill. I'm a CASA from Montgomery County Juvenile Courts. I've been a CASA, it'll be 14 years. I don't get the easy cases anymore. So I'll get a case that they think that might need some extra attention. And so I'm glad I took the case. I really am. And like I said, this was all new to me. This was my first emancipation case. And I kind of came into it really naive, and it's really opened up my eyes a lot. I didn't do this all by myself. I've had help from our director, Jane Novick. I've had help from Cassie, from my coordinator, Carla. We've got such a wealth of people with information, and a lot of times I'll just call the office and say, does anybody know anything about this? And there's somebody there that knows something, or they'll tell me, well, call this CASA because she knows all about this. So somewhere along the line in our network, either with our staff or within our CASA group, somebody knows something. I like the process of having this child and trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together to try to help this child maybe reunify with their family. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. But it's a good feeling when you can sit back and say, I changed that child's life. I did something good. That's the best paycheck ever.
I actually made a difference. The magistrate, she told me, she was it wasn't until your case that I opened my eyes. She's actually going to try to make it to where it's mandatory that they have lawyers, so that you could be your own person finally. You can speak for yourself and say what it is that you want.
Those were her exact words, that this case has definitely opened up her eyes because he spoke his mind, and she was, very impressed and took what he said to heart, and and I'm thinking it probably set a precedence for other children to come. Sometimes these kids don't know that they have other options, and there's so many options out there for them. So they need to explore things, and that's another thing that a CASA can do for them as well.